What's good, guys? Fantasy Joe back again with Week 7 running back rankings. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button if you want to bring home your fantasy football championship in 2025. That is, it's that simple. Hit the subscribe button. We'll give you that edge over all of your league mates to bring home the title this year, to be the victor. That's what it's all about at the end of the day, is winning. And if you hit subscribe, you guys have access to weekly rankings, buy lows, sell highs. I do every single week. Waiver wire, so I cover all of your bases for managing your team. Clear, concise, short videos where we get it. But also, any personal questions you guys have. Should I do this trade? Should I do that trade? Start sit question. Should I cut this player? Whatever it may be, all you have to do is drop it in the comment section down below, and I respond to every single comment. So just by hitting subscribe and leaving a comment, you get the Fantasy Football Hotline edition of Fantasy Joe flying in, helping you with whatever your league may be. But that's enough of that stuff. Would appreciate any support, the subscribes, the likes, the comments. It really does help out. And I love interacting with you guys, giving league advice. But you guys are here for running back rankings, so let's get into that. Half-point PPR as always. Number 1, the man, the myth, the legend himself, Jonathan Taylor against the Chargers. He's been phenomenal this season. That offense has been churning, and he's been the engine that's been driving it all. Number 1 this week, no surprise. Number 2, Bijan Robinson, another guy who's just been a freak. 81-yard touchdown this last week, over 230 yards from scrimmage. He's been unbelievable. I expect him to continue to produce at an elite level. I think he might be just the best running back in football right now from a skill perspective. I think the only thing that can hold him back is the offense in general, but they've looked good these last few weeks. They've got some injuries on the offensive line, but I still expect him to be a strong producer. Brings us to our number 3 guy, Christian McCaffrey. He's got like 60 targets on the year. It's absolutely ridiculous. Offense could be getting George Kittle back. I think that would be a boost for him. Brock Purdy, Ricky Pearsall, some of these guys are getting healthy. I think it increases his touchdown chances a lot. Even if it decreases some of that passing game involvement, he'll still be fine in that aspect. 4, Josh Jacobs against Arizona. He's been an absolute beast, and it's another good matchup for him in this one. Likely a positive game script, but we'll see. Jacoby Brissett probably plays in this game. I think Marvin Harrison likely sits, so maybe Jacoby Brissett, he looked really good last week against Indianapolis, so we could see a close game potentially there too. 5, Jahmyr Gibbs plays Tampa Bay, expected him to be utilized in the passing game in this one. It's expected to be, high-scoring game, even though Tampa's banged up a little bit. Number 6, Devon Achane, another guy who catches a ton of passes. Tough matchup against Cleveland over there for him, but the pass game involvement makes me a lot less worried about matchups with a running back like him. 7, Javonte Williams. I know it was tough last week, but he got all of the work again. It's a good matchup for him again. I think this will be a high-scoring game. 8, Kyren Williams. He plays Jacksonville. Their defense has been pretty solid this year so far, but I expect Kyren to be fine. And with Puka out, I expect them to lean even a little bit more on him potentially. 9, Saquon Barkley. He plays Minnesota. I know it hasn't been what you wanted, and it's not the best matchup, but I still think Saquon is a top 10 play each and every week, and probably even better, once he can get some things figured out. And the whole offense has been a little disconjointed lately, but I do expect them to figure it out. But we'll see when they figure it out is the ultimate question. 10, Quinshaw Judkins. I know he's coming off a rough week, but I think he is going to get a lion's share of the work. They threw the ball 52 times last week. I don't really expect that trend to continue, and this is a good matchup for him against Miami and a more positive game script for the team overall, so I don't expect them to need to throw the ball that much. Expect a 20-carry game from Judkins this week. 11, Rico Dowdle. I know I've gone pretty high on here. It does look like Chuba is going to play now, so that does probably lower him down a little bit. I would say now I would probably put him a little bit below, a Breece Hall in consideration. If Chuba plays. If Chuba doesn't play, I'd keep him here at 11. Let's say Chuba Hubbard plays, I would drop him down below Breece Hall, maybe even below Scatabo range. Lowers his ceiling a lot, but I do expect him to probably be the lead back the first week Chuba's back, and then it to be Chuba the lead back the rest of the way, and going to be a 60-40 split, 50-50 type of deal. 12, Rashad White against Detroit. He's been getting a ton of involvement. I expect that to continue. Bill against Dallas, good matchup for him. I expect to bounce back. I think this will be much better for him game script-wise and scoring opportunities-wise. 14, Jalen Warren, good matchup for him against Kansas City. 15, Ashton Jeanty. We've seen him involved in the passing game a lot more in recent weeks. That's very encouraging. And Kansas City's defense has looked solid, but not what they once were of last year, the year before that. So I think Jeanty will have a good game. I do think that they will struggle, but with the passing game involvement and the volume, he's a strong play. 16, Breece Hall, good matchup for him against Carolina, and he's been getting a lion's share of the work there. Post Braylon Allen, all that stuff. 17, DeAndre Swift, he looked excellent. This is a good matchup for him against New Orleans as well. 18, Cam Scatabo. It's tough for me to put my boy down this low against Denver, but it's just the matchup in general. Saw them have 9 sacks this last week, on pace to break the record. Things like that overall for the offense and scoring opportunities worry me. But I still think Scatabo is going to get a lot of opportunities. There's no real situation where I'm benching Cam Scatabo for any reason. 19, J.K. Dobbins against the Giants. He's been awesome this year, even though it was a dud game last week. Expect better things ahead. 20, Ramondre Stevenson plays Tennessee. I think he's got a great chance at a touchdown in this game, and they've proven that he is a lead back there. 21, Alvin Kamara plays Chicago. It hasn't been what you wanted, but you've seen a little bit more passing game involvement lately. This is one where I see he could, get a touchdown. 22, Kamani Vidal, tougher matchup against Indy than the previous week. I'm struggling to even remember who they played, though, right now, which is tough. But I just think his efficiency was just so stellar this last week. Don't expect that to continue. But I think he looks like a back with some good bursts, and I think he's a definite RB2 until Hampton comes back, which sounds like it's going to be a while. But, yeah, I get a lot of confidence in Kamani Vidal. Travis Etienne plays the Rams. Another guy who didn't perform great this last week, but better days ahead. 24, Jordan Mason against Philly. Tougher matchup, but coming off of the bye, and if J.J. McCarthy is back, they expect a run-heavy approach, and no Aaron Jones back, obviously. Kenneth Walker hasn't been what you hoped. You got to hope some things, change in that utilization. I'm just hoping for more of a 50-50 split and some more passing game involvement for both these backs. I think that's one of the big things is Kenneth Walker will be fine in these games if he's getting 12 carries and 3 receptions, but he's getting 1 reception a game right now, not anywhere close to that passing game utilization we saw last year, which I think is one of the big factors. Goal line hasn't been going his way, but he's usually one of those guys who create touchdowns for himself on long runs. And I think if he's on a drive, I do think they're going to give him the chance to close out drives when he's cooking and not bring in Charbonnet, but we'll see. 26, David Montgomery, great chance of a touchdown in this one, high-scoring game. 27, Kenneth Gainwell against Cincinnati, great matchup for him. 28, Chase Brown against Pittsburgh. I expect him to catch some passes, especially Joe Flacco moving forward, and more scoring opportunities with Flacco at the helm, so just overall an upgrade for him. 29, Zach Charbonnet. We touched on him with Kenneth Walker. I do think Kenneth Walker is a better player, but they are using Charbonnet, and they are choosing him over Walker at the goal line right now. So that's a massive +2 for an offense that's been pretty good, although Houston's not a great matchup for running backs. 30, though, Tony Pollard. He's been getting the work. The offense has been bad. The team has been bad. Post-coach getting fired, though, maybe, he does something here. But basically, he's a running back that gets volume. So once you get down here, you're playing, the Zach Charbonnets, the Tony Pollards of the world. It's not the best pickings exactly. If you guys enjoyed the video, please hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, check out the wide receiver rankings. But appreciate you guys sticking around and watching. This has been Fantasy Joe. Thank you guys, and I'll see you next time.